Okay, class, we're going to work out some select problems from your homework. Okay, problem 1. The perimeter of a square is 14x squared minus 10x plus 8. If the perimeter is doubled, what is the length of one of the sides? Now, if you'll notice in your homework it says to think. What I want you to think about is, what does perimeter mean? Perimeter is the amount that you get when you add up the length of all four sides. When you add up the length of all four sides. Alright, this is the perimeter of the square. Now, what we want to do is we want to double the perimeter. And once we double it, then we have to find the length of one side. So if this is the perimeter and we're going to double it, all we've got to do is multiply it by 2. And we're going to do that by using the distributive property. We're going to distribute the 2 to the 14x squared. 2 times 14 is 28x squared. 2 times negative 10 is negative 20x. 2 times 8 is positive 16. So, the first thing we did is we doubled, which means multiply by 2, we doubled the perimeter. The second thing that we've done, or the second thing that we're going to do, is we are going to divide this expression by 4. And the reason we're going to divide the expression by 4 is because a square has 4 equal sides. Since it has 4 equal sides, and this is the perimeter, all we had to do is simply divide by 4. And this is going to give you the side length. 28 divided by 4 will give you 7, so 7x squared. Negative 20 divided by 4 gives you negative 5x. 16 divided by 4 will give you positive 4. And this gives you the answer. And guys, if you want to double check, all you have to do is add 7x squared minus 5x plus 4 to itself for a total of 4 times. Or you can put a 4 in front of it and multiply it out, and you should get this answer. Now remember, just because I have worked the problem in this manner does not mean you necessarily will. There are a couple of different ways that you can get these calculations. There's a couple of different ways. What's important is that you end up with the same expression as your final answer. 7x squared minus 5x plus 4. Now, let's go to the next problem. Alright? The next problem is a problem involving a circle. It says the diameter, remember the diameter is any line segment that extends from one side of the circle to the other side of the circle that cuts right through the center. And I'm telling you this is a diameter, so this does cut right through the center. If the diameter of the circle shown below is reduced by the expression x squared minus 6x plus 4, think about what reduce means. What will be the new radius of the circle in terms of x? Well, let's look for a starting point. Okay, we know the diameter, and we are going to reduce it by this amount. And reduce means to subtract. So the first thing we're going to do is take the expression that represents the diameter, and we are going to subtract this expression from the diameter. Once we do that, we've got to find the radius. Remember, the radius is equal to 1/2 of the diameter. So all we're going to do is divide the diameter by 2, or we could multiply the diameter by 1/2. Of course, it will give us the same thing. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the diameter, 3x squared plus 2x minus 1, and we are going to subtract this given expression from the diameter because the diameter is being reduced by this amount, which means to subtract. Now, all we're going to do is put a 1 in front of this because we know we're going to distribute it out. We can also put a 1 here, but remember, anytime we multiply positive 1 by something, it just gives us the same information, the same terms. So we have 3x squared plus 2x minus 1. Then negative 1 times positive 1x squared gives us negative 1x squared, or negative x squared. Negative 1 times negative 6x gives us positive 6x. Negative 1 times positive 4 gives us negative 4. Now all we have to do is combine like terms. Alright, we look at our 3x squared. Does 3x squared have any like terms? Well, it does. It's negative x squared, and we don't forget that there's a 1 in front. So 3 minus 1 gives us 2x squared. And we've used both of those, so we're going to mark them out. Next, we're going to go to 2x. Does 2x have any like terms? Well, 6x is like terms with 2x. So we'll have positive 2, or just 2, plus 6, which gives us positive 8x. We're going to mark those out because they're like terms. And that gives us negative 1 minus 4. Negative 1 minus 4 is negative 5. So, what we've just done is we have reduced the diameter by this expression. And that gives us the new diameter. But it's not asking us for the new diameter, it's asking us for the new radius. Since the radius is half of the diameter, all we do is divide by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, so that gives us x squared, 1x squared or x squared. 8 divided by 2 is positive 4x. Negative 5 divided by 2 is negative 2.5. So guys, this is the value. This expression represents your new radius. In the next video, we'll do a couple more.